Hello y'all, this is KW0415 and we are continuing our Let's Play Paradise Killer series. So we are going to go ahead here and we're going to try and butter up Akiko-san, and also we're going to try to butter up Henry Division so he'll give us the combination to his locker in the dead zone. So let's go ahead and start with Henry because I actually like him better than Akiko, even though he's possessed by a demon. Let's talk, Henry. What now? What is it like living as a citizen on the islands? Just swell. Non-stop praying and working. You were in school when you were possessed? We all get an education. Most of us don't need it. We're just going to be put to work down in the caverns. Some get cushy office jobs, but the rest of us slave away. Maybe you Fs would resurrect your gods faster if any of us gave a crap. Kidnapping and enslaving people really isn't the way to get a crowd enthused about the prospect of reviving monsters from the other side of the cosmos. Whatever. Let's see here. He's not going to really have a lot of information about alibis. Let's talk about this demonic possession. You've got a locked safe in your apartment. Can I get into it? Get effed, investigator. Well, that didn't work out so well, now did it? Did you go through the barracks last night? Why are you asking? The only statue of New Night is in the barracks. Well, I guess I did then. Good investigating, you nailed it. Any effing idea how that happened? What everyone is saying about what you did last night might be wrong. Some excitement, finally. Absolutely. So he might know about this. What can you tell me about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? I killed her, didn't I? You were found guilty of it. Then why the F are we talking? You know I did it.
The facts and the truth.
A guilty conviction and the truth are not the same thing, sometimes.
I must be the bad guy,
if I'm the
right?
suspect in so many crimes, I must be the bad guy, right? That's what I'm here to find out. Let's see here. I doubt he would have any idea about the third seal. Oh, we can tell him about his father. Do you know anything about your father? What do you think? He wasn't around when I was born. Did your mother know him? I think so. She'd never talk about him. I think she loved him. She was scared of talking about him. Find my father. I already did. Henry, do you know the name Ais Kawami? Never heard of him. Is he my dad? Looks like it. Is he a good man?
Sorry.
He, took his own life a few years ago. I'm sorry. Effing perfect. At least he doesn't know what his son did. Allegedly did. What effing ever. Did you go through the bloodlock in the council building? What does the one in the armor say? Akiko, that you killed the council, so you went through all the holy seals. There you go then. No memory? Uh-huh.
Sure.
I found your blood on the lock. That puts you at the scene. Then why are you asking me? See if he knows about this. What do you know about the fourth holy seal?
Of course.
What the F is that? One of the barrier uninterested.
Of course.
Get with the program. I have no memory. I don't know what the F you're talking about. Yeah, that's, true. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? What do you think? I think nothing. Goodbye. Okay, Akiko-san.
Grand Marshall Akiko 14.
I need information from you now. Got a minute, Akiko? You're going to die. Humor me. Having fun playing detective? Having fun playing soldier?
Do you want to die?
I'll cut you from head to crotch, Nanorosiko.
Got it.
Violence doesn't solve everything, Akiko.
Rahat.
It would in this case. Hurry up and get this investigation done. I'm waiting for you to tell me what I already know. You know, I'm a big proponent of non-violence, but that doesn't mean passive, being a pacifist. I was going to say pacifism, but I'm not sure if I could actually say that. Actually, I don't even think I said it right. So, self-defense, that's definitely permissible. For example.
What?
What you already know?
That Labajiu.
That Labaji in the cage, he needs a bullet between the
Crime
eyes.
cannot hide.
That hasn't been proven yet. I don't like that word proven, but that hasn't been that doesn't have all the supportive evidence needed yet.
I was born to investigate.
Proven is just a shorter way to say it. An investigator needs to soak in the facts, breathe in the evidence, savor the
Touch
test of...
Dracului din gură.
I don't
This
care.
has been
Thanks,
delightful.
Akiko. This has been delightful. Yeah. Alright, we have a lot of questions for you, ma'am. You were found out. You're going to be punished next island for your relationships with your marshals. That gives you a clear motive. Kill the council to protect yourself.
Nenorocito, you're out of your mind.
No, I'm not.
The
Which means
investigator is here.
you're full of crap. You don't know anything. I live by the rules. I'm a woman of honor. We'll see about that.
Crime cannot
You've been
hide.
asking for the marshals to be inducted, haven't
Ești
you?
pe bune?
It's a reasonable request. We guard these islands. But you've been denied. What if there was an incident that prompted the council to reconsider? The crime to end all crimes on the eve of Perfect 25, for
Ești
example.
pe bune?
I admire you, Neno Rosico. You believe so fully in all sorts of little stories and fantasies. It must be nice being so credulous, undaunted by the world. I need to look up that word, to be honest. Is that a denial, then? Of course. Does your relationship with Ket and Boff have anything to do with this?
Ești prost?
Nano Rosico, an illicit relationship that got found out would be punishable. I'll kill you.
Got it.
Careful. That would make you pretty much guilty of anything. Where did you say you were when you phoned witness?
you want to
You
die?
make my life unbearable.
I don't like this.
I'm just trying to find the truth.
You're trying to find
You're
the
trying to
wrong
find the wrong
truth.
truth. I called him as I left the desolation
The
cell.
facts and the
Well,
truth
I've been able to
are
access
not
your
the
phone records.
same.
They say you were elsewhere.
Nenorocito.
Narosito, where?
Crime is
Why don't you tell me
repulsive.
where you really were? I was here. How did you access that data? Running witness's phone through a comms tower.
Ești prost?
You tried to back trace the position of an encrypted phone through a comms tower? Of course the location is different. The encryption bounces the signal around.
Sure.
I'll take your word for it. I don't believe you. Tell me about why your necklace is in KHX's workshop.
I'll kill you.
You think you've stumbled upon something, don't you, Nenrosiko? Got me at the scene of a crime? KHX made a necklace and it broke a while ago. I took it to him to get repaired before the end of the island. When was this? About a month ago. When he went missing, I accepted that fate had decided that the necklace wasn't supposed to go to the next island. It's important to let things go. So you haven't been to his workshop in the last few days. There are slightly more important things to do at the end of an island. Why didn't you let Doc Doomjazz examine the dead bodies of the Marshal Guards? There was no need. They had been carved up by the monster, who, as I keep saying, is in custody. Surely even the investigation freak can see it's an open and shut
Don't
case.
Test
If
me.
it was, I wouldn't be here. What happened with the prisoners you removed from the barracks prison? It's classified,
Is
Nanarosiko.
this a fact
I disagree.
or a truth?
Why were they removed? Investigator, they were being processed before the slaughter ritual. We don't just open the prison gates and let them wander over to the temple.
Sure.
They were removed before the slaughter ritual. What happened to them? They were processed and returned to their cells. The logs don't show them being returned.
Hot.
You don't have access to the full Marshal network, so you can't prove that. You also don't get to question how I run my army. Tell me about you and Voth, Captain Voth. Don't you dare speak about my marshals without proper rank.
Paradise feels
You were in a
wrong.
relationship with them. Relationships between myself and the marshals is expressly
I'm
forbidden.
glad to be back.
Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Ula.
Watch yourself, Nenrosiko. A lot of murder has happened on this island. Would anyone notice some pizda investigator going missing? Oh, we need to talk about the murder with bloodlines. During Henry's exorcism 10 years ago, you left Grace bloodlines alone with him.
Rahat.
Why are we talking about this, Nenrosiko? How does this relate to the council murder?
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Yes, I made a mistake.
I have a bad feeling
This seems to
about
be a pattern.
this.
What can you tell me about the demonic sigils on Grace's
Do
body?
you want to
The
die?
same as found on Henry's
Got
mother.
it.
I've been told they weren't. Rena Division's sigils were scorched onto her by sustained close proximity to Henry. Grace's were carved into her flesh. Got any proof, Nenodosico? No solid proof, just a good bit of testimony. Were you carrying a blade when you arrested Henry? Of course, I always carry my sword and a combat knife. Did you find a blade on Henry when you arrested him or after he had killed Grace? No. So how did the sigils get carved into her body?
Nenorocito.
No idea, Nanorosito. Demons? Thanks for the insight, Akiko. Why did you confiscate the photo of Grace Bloodline's neck from Doom Jazz after the
That's
examination?
a lie, Nenorochito.
She was murdered by someone possessed by a demon. Anything related to demonic possession is classified. Is that standard procedure or just for evidence that doesn't tie into the official story?
Put your head on a
Standard
slide.
procedure. You think you're really smart and clever with your snide insinuations, but you're not. You're wrong. Tell me about the message you got from Carmelina on the day of Henry's exorcism. What message?
Paradise feels
Carmelina sent you a message telling you to leave Grace alone with Henry. No, she didn't. I have a copy of the message right here. Someone's giving you false evidence, Nanarosiko. The architect was there that day, but she didn't tell me to do anything. She doesn't have authority over
The
me.
facts and the
Then why did
truth
you step
are
out of the
not
room?
same.
I considered the scene and prisoner secure. I needed to make sure that the architect was safe. Corrupted areas are full of danger. Right. Do you know anything about the third Holy Seal? I know this guy went through it and killed the council. How about the fourth Holy Seal then? What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? Okay, whatever
That's
that
weird.
means. I said what doesn't matter. Whatever it was, this guy got through it and needs to be executed. And then more foreign language, Rosito. Thanks for your help. How about Doom Jazzy's motive? Does the doc have a motive for killing council? I don't have anything to say about the doctor. Wow, that's cold. Hey, we got a killer demon that you guys didn't know about. Know anything about demons on the island? We
Nenorochito.
exterminated them, Nanorosiko. Wow, that's helpful. Thank you very much. Should we be asking about alibis? Nah, who cares? Back. Goodbye. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon. Muchas gracias. Alright, so let's take a look at our leads here. I should ask one last kiss about the second Holy Seal. She might know something. There's a safe in Henry's apartment. What is the origin of the flesh in Sam's safe? He might not give up this answer easily. Did Sam steal a blood sample from Doom Jazz? I think Carmelina knows more about witness than she's letting on. I need to work on her. That sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's see here. Do I have fast travel enabled on this? I do. Yes, I would like the fast travel. Thank you for asking. Where can I take you? You can take me to the Celebratory Gardens. No worries, LD, let's go. That's the closest spot to Carmelina. What I'll do is I'll try and butter her up a little bit. As you can see, some more pictures of Leader Montserrat. So I think, you know, when it comes to me and YouTube recordings, I'd like to focus on the game. Because the recordings are only, you know, 25 minutes to a half hour. But if I live stream, I don't mind blabbing more about myself. But for these YouTube recordings, I've tried to keep that limited so that it's focused on the game. Hello there, Marshal Guard.
What do you want, freak?
Don't.
Do we have to go
test
through this
me.
every time? Just take me to see Carmelina, please. Carmelina silence.
Carmelina silence.
Can I ask you something, Architect? How can I help, Lady
The
Love Dice?
investigator.
This island has an air of quietude.
Craft is its own reward.
Indeed it does. There is a balance here. Where does the balance come from? Positioning of function creates form. The functions of the island are arranged as a diamond on a compass. Everything has a place only it can have. You place function over form?
How dare you?
It's a folly to prioritize form over function. Without function, a design is worthless. An architect that is scared of function and tries to hide it away is a coward with narrow tastes. Meaning, it's not happenstance that I choose to expose the workings of the island. Excuse me, I just sneezed. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. For example, electricity meters on the side of buildings are not hidden in a more form-fitting hatch or closet. They are exposed and allow us to appreciate their function. If we can find a function visually appealing, we have grown.
We have achieved
The
perfection.
circumstances you find yourself in are, of course, terrible, but I do hope you enjoy your time exploring this island. Thank you for your time, Architect.
I have no idea what
Investigator,
you're talking
can we
about.
discuss something of a delicate nature? Do you have something you want to tell the
I
investigator?
beg your pardon?
I don't know if this is relevant, but I will disclose it. At midnight, witness was fiddling with his
The
phone.
investigator is
Did you
here.
see what he was doing? I
Don't
didn't.
test me.
Midnight was when the council were murdered. We were in the middle of a conversation. He abruptly took out his phone and started using it. He was tapping at it for a few seconds. Did he step out of the room?
What?
No, why do you
Don't
ask?
test me.
That means he wasn't making a call, or if he was, it wasn't one that was answered.
Got it.
Did he say what it was about? No, he acted like nothing happened.
Oh, I'm glad
Thank
to be
you,
back.
Architect. Architect, when did your marriage with Witness end?
I beg your
Why are you
pardon?
asking? Working on something. I assume you'll cooperate. About 9 years
The
ago.
investigator
And you
is
wore a wedding
here.
ring? Of course. What is this about? Thank you for your help. Can you tell me about the secret panic room experiment? Where did you hear that? People talk. I abandoned that a long time ago. It was designed to be a bunker of sorts. My plan was to dot them around the islands in case of attack. Syndicate members could hide in them. Well, that was helpful. May the silent goat walk with you, and may you reach the moon. Absolutely. Alright, so I am really close to Yuri Knight again. I don't think he'll tell me very much. So I'm going to go get back to the celebratory gardens. And I think I have fast traveled to the location where One Last Kiss is, and we can ask her questions. Let's see. If not, this is going to be a waste of a blood crystal. Where can I take you, LD? So we have the Syndicate Graveyard. Yes, that's where I want to go. No worries, LD. Let's go. Hello there, One Last Kiss. Got time to chat? I have all the time in the world until the island
Got
ends.
it.
I want to ask you about being deceived by a god. You're the expert in that, aren't you, investigator? You were our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. What? I want to know how it happens. The victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. Why do you think you caught the attention of a god? I was the head of the Paradise Psycho unit. A perfect target for the machinations of a god looking for power.
Investigator.
Damned Harmony saw an opportunity with you, the key that would unlock the Syndicate. He wanted to kill us all and feed off the released psychic energy. The Immortal Syndicate have a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected. He'd have been the only god in town. The gods have no sense of community, do they? Frighteningly antique, yet they have learned nothing.
What mysteries are
Stay out of the
around us?
shadow of your past, investigator. Who do you think has motive? Very direct, investigator.
I don't like
It's been a
this.
long millennia. I'm a little cranky.
Mystery awaits.
What if there was no more islands to end? Someone wouldn't have a job to do. Witness? And who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to protect against danger? Akiko?
What mysteries
Time to
are
start
around
asking
us?
questions, investigator. Do you think this was all Henry?
What mysteries
Aren't you paying
are
attention,
around
investigator?
us?
Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turned to conspirators. Someone found out how to breach the council building. I was there. I saw them. A devilish plan.
Sure.
Who? That would be far too easy. What do you know about
Are you
Akiko?
happy with your
When
truth?
you have a hammer, all you see are nails. She's been trying to roll more power into her marshals.
Money the hell?
Power? Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken by her troops. I was on her list. She saw dealing with demons only as a military problem.
Aren't you paying attention,
Exorcism shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. So why kill the council? Scare the next council into militarizing. Create a soldier's paradise.
Do you understand?
Do you think that's enough for
investigator?
of a motive? Maybe. What can you tell me about the sigils scorched into Henry's skin? Demons speak in arcane tongues. During a possession, a demon is screaming in rage. The victim screams in the tongue of the demon, but the noises humans are capable of making are too
There
limited.
is corruption
We cannot
on
pronounce
this island,
demonic languages. We don't have
investigator.
the vocal range or understanding. Sometimes the demon's psychic force wills the words into existence. This can take a number of forms: telepathy, unearthly sounds, loss of vision, and so on. In Henry's case, the white-hot rage of the demon caused the sigils to be scorched on his body. His body was burned from the inside. His insides are probably destroyed. His physical form is being held together by the demon. Do these sigils affect anyone else? Those he comes into contact with will also have them scorched into them.
Sure.
What kind of contact? A strong embrace. The skins need to be pressed against another skin for several seconds. The same sigils were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Would Henry have done
Aren't
those?
you paying attention,
Drawing is an expression of
investigator?
the human mind. When you draw, you communicate something in your mind outwards. The demon has already found a way to express its emotion outwards by scorching Henry's body. The demon already has a canvas. It doesn't need another one. So why are those symbols at the scene?
Those are facts,
That's
but
for
are
you to
they
find
the
out,
truth?
investigator. I'm only an expert on demons, not crime scenes.
Sure.
Could the demon make Henry draw them? The demon does not control Henry. It causes him to act, but he chooses how to act. Do you see the difference? Like a boss that tells you what to do, not how to do it? Precisely. If Henry were to do that, he'd be doing it under his own volition. Volition meaning intention. I don't know about you, but I can't draw characters from a language I don't understand. Did you see Henry while you were floating around the island last night? Did I? Didn't I? I don't want to
I
say.
don't.
Why? That's the key to this whole thing. You need to investigate it yourself. I mean, that would certainly help, though. Tell me why Witness might want to kill the
Do you
council.
understand,
Witness is damaged. He's
investigator?
whipped himself into a religious craze. He's started thinking things that shouldn't be thought about.
That's weird.
What things? He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us. How does a ghost know this? Before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about demons, and I was the exorcist for all. He'd become fixated on the idea that a sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sin. What did he want to know from
The
you?
truth is
Are there signs to
all
look for?
around
Can
you,
we
investigator.
divine from the stars if a flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has the responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs that an island is going to end and to make sure the death and birth happen properly.
Aren't you paying
The
attention,
innocuous questions came
investigator?
first, then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons. Why ask about that? He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs at the end of an island. I'm not a fool, though. You don't ask those questions unless there's a dark
Ooh,
intent.
the investigator
What did you
is
tell
here.
him? How demons enter the islands, how possession works, all standard topics that everyone in the syndicate is educated on. So why was he asking? I think he was hoping for some nuance or detail that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the exorcists guard.
When love dies,
Let me ask a
all
direct
that
question. Do you
remains
think
are the
Witness was trying to
facts.
use demons to cleanse the island? That I can't say. He certainly was fixated on it, though. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding dry burst? It would be very convenient for that to happen last night, wouldn't it? I think whoever told you that is lying. Did you see Yuri last night?
Who would benefit
He was in
from
the
a
gardens,
time like
investigator,
these?
but what if there was a gap? You should speak to Lydia. I did. In your professional opinion, could the demon possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space? There haven't been any recorded incidents of it, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place. When a demon possesses a person, they fuse with them, sometimes purely physically, sometimes only psychically. Henry's demon did both. It exerts a significant power over Henry. Enough power to allow his body to withstand a vacuum? Demons are not from our planet. They come from the most terrifying reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The right demon could definitely hold a human body together while outside of our world. What about physically feeling out and manipulating a lock on another planet? The second holy seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from race to race, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't just physical, it exists as psychic plane as well. Some demonic races can see the psychic shape of space. They can see the essence of everything and how it is linked on planes we can't comprehend.
Sure.
What are the chances of the demon possessing Henry being one that can hold his body together in the vacuum of space and psychically perceive the inner workings of a secret
Do
lock?
you
What are the chances of
understand,
the council being
investigator?
murdered and exiled, investigator, being brought back? Slim, then? You need to decide what the truth is. What do you know about the second holy
The
seal?
truth is
The
all
mystery of the
around you,
mysteries. What is it? What's the
investigator.
secret? A closely guarded secret. People have found the
Ah,
answer. Who? That's too
got
easy.
it.
I'm a busy woman. You are, but the path is worth treading. I have seen things. People talking and things being discarded. You'll need to search behind contrivances. Okay. I already have some of that. Tell me more about what happened. I received a call from our dear Grand Marshal. She had arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with architect Carmelina at the time. Meeting about what? The next island, Purpose 25. One of her obsessions has been creating structures which repel demonic corruption. Sorry. She asked to come with me to view the
That's
exorcism.
strange.
Is that normal? No, but I understood her interest. We arrived and she inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She left to wait outside of the apartment. Henry was secured and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the
Who
exorcism.
would benefit from a
Planes of
crime
existence
like
swirled
this?
around me. I was lost in the maelstrom with no sense of place or direction.
Laughable.
Then the life was being choked out of me. I have no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died, murdered. A short while later I was floating above the island. I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted towards the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back on the island. Now here I am.
The
Interesting.
investigator is
These
here.
islands,
Mystery
huh?
awaits.
More than you know. Do you know anything about the Fourth Holy Seal? I know it requires godliness to get
What the
through.
hell?
How do you know that? As a spirit, I can go places others
The
can't.
investigator is here.
How can someone get through it? Find out how to become close to a god. What about Henry?
Those are facts.
What are gods and demons
But
when
are
you
they
get
the
down to
truth?
it? Aliens, beings from the depths of the universe. How could the Syndicate differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through the god seal? Could it? Good question.
Got it.
Know anything about demons on the island? I was wondering when you'd encounter them.
The truth is all
I've
around
seen a
you,
lot of things, watched a lot of
investigator.
people do a lot of things. Have you heard the rumors? A secret demonology research room run by someone that it shouldn't
I
be?
have a bad
I've
feeling
heard them.
about this.
There's a secret in the dead zone, but there's a problem with that, isn't there?
Got it.
The dead zone is off limits. You need the correct key to get in, and you'd be logged.
Who would benefit
Precisely.
from a
What
crime
if there
like
was another way
this?
through?
Aren't you
A
paying
tunnel,
attention?
perhaps? What tunnel? Do you like to drink, investigator? A nice wine on a summer's evening at the best bar in town?
Mystery awaits.
A stroll afterwards, perhaps, behind the bar, exploring the world, and what do you
I
find?
don't like this.
Who? That's the interesting bit,
Those
isn't it?
are facts.
Our dear
But
witness,
are they the truth?
going where he should.
Sure.
Anyone else? Mr. Daybreak is a very naughty boy, isn't he? So, deciphering all that, witness has been using a tunnel behind Sam's bar to get into the dead zone so he can use the secret demonology lab. Yep. Sounds about right. I am so frustrated with your literal way of talking sometimes. We still have a lot to go, but we're just going to finish it out. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what happened to him, but he's still on the island somewhere. I found him already. Did you see the Grand Marshal last
Are you
night?
happy with
Speak
your
to the Grand
tools?
Marshal investigator, see if you believe her. I don't. Did you see the architect last
you
night? Have you
understand,
asked witness?
investigator?
Convenient she was there, isn't it? Did you see Crimson last night? You should speak to her, investigator. She doesn't have an alibi. Anyone can collaborate. Corroborate, yes. Did you see the doctor last
Who would
night?
benefit
His clinic
from a
holds a
crime
secret.
like these?
Did you see Lydia and Sam
Aren't
last night?
you paying
The logs at the
attention,
Paradise Gates will
investigator?
confirm several things. Their alibis and their time frame. Consider the time frame, investigator. I already have. Did you see Witness to the End last
What
night?
mysteries
Witness and
are
Carmelina spent the
around
evening
us?
together. I wonder if that means anything. Do you know anything about the murder of the Marshal guards outside of the council building?
Those are facts,
The council
but are
building
they
is
the
awash
truth?
with evidence, investigator. Check everywhere. What secrets does the sea hold? What about reaching for the sky? What do you know about the escape last
Do
night?
you
Everyone is
understand,
lying. What about the
investigator?
distance in time? Have you checked that? Yes. Did Henry go through the Syndicate headquarters? No. He'll have been logged if he did. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years
What
ago?
mysteries
Was his
are
possession when these
around
wheels
us?
were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone assessed the grimoires in the library? Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Who could get through there? A special lock requires an unusual key. Absolutely. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Alright, so this is a good place to save, and we will wait until the next episode to dig even deeper into this mystery.
Getting saved.
So let's just check, before I end the episode, let's check our potential leads. There's a safe in Henry's apartment. Means I'll have to butter him up some more. What is the origin of the flesh in Sam's safe? Did Sam steal blood sample from Doom Jazz? And maybe more from Carmelina. Why did Kafka enter the council penthouse a few days before the rest of the council? Crimson must know more about KHX. Henry's possession caused the dead zone. Truth may be hiding in there, and his marshals were bodies swapped. The bodies must have come from somewhere close by. All right, so until the next episode, everyone, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye for now. Up here. Just a friendly reminder that this content is partially sponsored by a trio. Logo's up there. A trio is an organization that allows content creators to find sponsorship opportunities on their website. So if you do end up going on their website and you do decide to register, please put in the code KDUB4, which is KAYBU4, and that referral will put $5 toward my channel. I appreciate your support on that. In addition, did you like the content? Go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to get notifications for future uploads, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everyone, for now.